Hello, everyone, and welcome to the CayVin Universe. On today's episode, we are going to be recapping and reviewing Netflix's Squid Game. We're also going to be reacting to some popular Squid Game memes. But first, today, we're going to start off with some Mushroom Kingdom.
Oh, yes. So it's going to be a big spoily episode.
Yeah.
So if you haven't finished Squid Game yet, go pause it. Or pause this episode right now and go finish it, and then come back. We'll wait for you.
Yes.
But if you don't plan on watching Squid Game, like, what are you doing? You don't even go here. Like,
it's like you don't even go here.
No, I'm just kidding. If you don't plan on watching Squid Game, like Caylin said, you'll enjoy the first part of this podcast. There will be no current events this week, just because, like we said, it's going to be a big Squid Game episode.
Yeah.
But we
have a lot to talk about.
Yeah. So current events will return next week. We already have one submission for a crazy current event that we'll be going over next week. So I'm excited to go about that. But like I said, for people that don't want to watch or don't plan on watching Squid Game, let's get into some Mushroom Kingdom. You planned these because I didn't prepare anything this episode other than little notes on Squid Game.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Mushroom Game. Kingdom Game. We should create our own.
We
call
should.
it Mushroom Game.
Yes, we definitely should.
Yeah, for this episode, this is going to be called the Mushroom Game.
Mushroom
so let's play
Game.
these.
Okay, so here's some little pops. I'm already laughing.
School janitor Freddie Wilson. How you doing, Mr. Wilson? What's going on, man? You working at Walmart now? Huh? Help. My old art teacher. How you doing, my old art teacher?
Get away from me, please.
Oh, shit. That's your art teacher. Dude, that was you. Bishop
You know she
Sorrells.
voted for Trump.
Bishop Sorrells.
What the fuck?
Bishop Sorrells.
Bishop Sorrells.
Yeah, so basically this guy, he just goes up to random people in the grocery store or anywhere, frankly, and like pretends that they're somebody else, but obviously they're not. Like he's doing it on purpose.
Yeah, that would throw anyone off guard.
Yeah, everybody's going to be uncomfortable with some stranger approaching them.
Bishop Sorrells and that lady, oh my gosh.
Just get away from me, please.
Oh my god, she's... I'm not gonna
What'd you say?
She's scared for her life.
Right, what a Karen.
What a Karen, yeah. Don't be a Karen. Nobody likes Karen.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Do you watch porn? Do you watch porn? Porn.
No. Well, once in a while.
No. So where's the corn?
Oh, once in a while.
Once in a while, and then
You
you
wanted
can
me-
even see that the kid like grins.
Right?
Yeah,
She's
so
like, "Wow."
if you watch last week's
you could tell
episode,
the guy was looking for her. He's like, make sure my wife's not around.
I know.
Yeah, every once in a while.
yeah, but if
This
you
is
watch
the Jerk Me kid.
Yeah,
Or
if you
Jerk Me
watched
dude.
last week's episode, we had a Mushroom Kingdom video where it's the same guy, and he's I
want
was
you to
wondering
jerk
if
me.
you could jerk me.
I want to jerk me. I don't know
Where's
if you
the
could,
turkey?
when were these made? I don't know if you could do that.
These
nowadays.
were,
I was thinking about that after
these
the
were
episode.
recent.
I was reminiscing on the episode a few days after we
Yeah.
recorded, and I was like,
Can you
really-
still do that?
Can you still just go
this
around telling
allowed?
people to jerk you? I don't think.
Yeah,
I think there's a Me Too thing going around, if I'm not mistaken.
right.
You know? Oh my god, like the Robin Williams thing I was telling you about.
Oh my god, you want to talk about that?
I mean, no.
That- it actually-
R.I.P. Robin Williams, but he did do a little bit of honking apparently. Did go around introducing himself with the honk to people, to
That's
women.
so bad.
So yeah,
Poor guy, poor old bugger.
yeah. So R.I.P. Robin Williams, I guess.
Yeah, little.
Hey, he's
get that in there.
that's the thing. I mean, let's get into that real quick. I mean,
Yeah.
So, because in the case of a little jobber circle fusion here, in the case of Chris Benoit, this is a big debate in the wrestling community. It's like, yeah, hey, whatever. If you know the Chris Benoit case, you do. If you don't, you don't. But I still think it was conspiracy. But apparently,
too.
Chris Benoit murdered his kid and his wife, and it's like, should he be wiped out of the face of wrestling for what he did, or should he be recognized as still a great wrestler and a legend? So, same thing with Robin Williams. If he has some Me Too history going on there, like I said, nothing's confirmed, just what I've heard.
Yeah.
If he has some Me Too going on, does that tarnish all the legacy? We just saw Mrs. Doubtfire. Does that tarnish movies?
Yeah,
like that?
that's why we talked about it. But I mean, I don't think so. I think just because, like, I mean, if you don't know by now, you know Robin Williams no longer here with us. But I feel like he's only remembered now for what he left the earth as.
Yeah, but
So I mean, I guess that's good. But
it came out. That's the thing. All this stuff came out after he passed away. So in
Yeah.
that case, it's kind of like.
but it's like
ooh.
he's not even here for anybody.
Yeah,
to
so
criticize.
it's just like just throw it away.
Yeah, it's like
Just
let's
let it
just
go.
not think about that. Let's just remember him for Mrs. Doubtfire and
But
who
in
he
the case
was.
of Chris Benoit, if he really did do that act, then that's
Yeah,
deeper.
I don't
though.
know. I feel like we're gonna have to do like
We'll do an episode about it.
I was gonna say we should do like wrestling conspiracies
Yeah.
or something like that.
Send us your wrestling conspiracies, people.
Yeah.
CayVinUniverse@gmail.com. Like I said, we already had a news story submitted. So if you had any crazy news stories, topics, videos,
We'd
questions,
love to talk about
anything, yeah, like we said, we open up the lines for Jobber Circle, but now we'll open up the lines for CayVin Universe.
Yeah.
Anyway, what
For
else
sure.
you got?
Okay.
Can you pound me?
Huh?
Oh my
Can you
God,
pound
this
me?
guy.
Can I do what?
Where's the ground meat?
Ground meat?
Yeah.
Oh,
You didn't even know what to say.
Respond. He was still sorry. I know that was like that was two of the best ones that I saw that I was like,
So
oh
this,
God, I guess
this dude wants people to jerk him, wants them to pound him, and he wants to know if they watch porn.
you watch porn.
This is our generation. I love it.
Yeah. Oh my God.
What else we got?
How many beers would you say does it take to get you drunk on a normal day?
I'm drinking more water than anything else right now.
What is Danny Trejo's brother doing over here?
That's what I was gonna say. Why does he look like Danny Trejo?
He's like, I'm drinking water. The next scene.
How many beers would you
That's
say
like a
does it
guilty-
take to get you
that's
drunk
like
on a normal day?
response.
I
Oh,
know.
no, drinking water.
I'm drinking more water than anything else right now.
You can even hear the camera guys just like chuckle, like what the
I don't know if that's like an old school thing, like, you know, like if you notice old people are so much more afraid to admit that they're drunk or on drugs than like younger people.
That's
If you
true.
ask someone younger, they'll be like, yeah, I'm fucked up. You ask a younger, you'll be like, yeah, I drank 10 beers today. But older people, it's like they think everyone's a cop or something. It's
Yeah,
like they're
right.
so scared from like back in the day, I guess,
Yeah.
when, you know, they used to get beat up with sticks and all that.
Jesus Christ.
You know? So they're just like, no, oh, I didn't drink anything, officer. It's like, I'm 16,
I know that
I'm a
wasn't even the
kid. I'm asking
question.
for TikTok.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
But the answer that he gave had nothing to do with the question. Like he was just like already like that's not obvious
Like,
enough.
Yeah, it's just a paranoid
You didn't
mindset.
even-
What the hell did that come from?
What?
It's water.
It's raining in here. It's raining indoors.
Oh my gosh, what else?
Oh my God, is that the governor? Are you the governor? Yeah. Oh my God. Why would you sign a law telling women whether they can have an abortion or not? That makes you a douchebag.
Nice.
I know. I knew you would like that one. And it's
Oh my
literally
God, I didn't
been.
realize he's so. Is that? I mean, he seems tiny.
Yeah, he's pretty
Seems
small.
like you just.
Just roll him off.
You're like, I don't know where he went.
Roll him off
He
the
just
pier.
said he's got to go, you know, for a jog or something.
That is cold. That's cold. Oh my God.
Just in case.
Oh man. But yeah, I'm glad somebody finally told him. But do you see how happy he was? He's like, somebody
He's like,
recognized
so
me.
I have a fan.
Somebody loves me in public.
That's what I love. That's what I love about like the trolls. Just because that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, that was the last video.
That's it.
Yeah,
I
I
was
thought that
actually
was
getting
more.
into it. People are gonna be disappointed. They're gonna be sending CayVinUniverse
But-
at gmail.com. They're gonna be saying, "Why wasn't there more Mushroom Game Kingdom videos today?"
I'm sorry. I just thought those were good.
Mushroom Game.
Yeah. Mushroom game.
So you realize we're only like about 10 minutes in, like not even 10 minutes in. So
I
the
know.
people that aren't watching Squid Game, now they're gonna drop off. They're probably never gonna come back, like they always don't.
I have a feeling that everybody's seen Squid Game. It's now become the Netflix most watched show in every language.
That's pretty good. That's pretty
Yeah.
impressive.
And most watched show in its history.
In Netflix history?
In Netflix history.
More than what could beat Squid Game? Damn, nothing.
I know.
The
That's what I
Office?
was thinking. I mean,
Yeah,
but
no
then Netflix didn't. It's not. The Office isn't a Netflix series. This is a Netflix series. Yeah, specifically.
once it
made.
starts streaming past The Office, like, because
Yeah.
I wonder if you count like how many times, like if you put together all the hours that The Office was watched by all the people on Netflix the whole time it was on there,
Probably a lot.
it's probably more than, like if Squid Game could be that in like just a little amount of time, then I'd be impressed.
Yeah.
Green light. Red light.
So I mean, before we actually get into our overall thoughts, what do you?
Yeah. Overall, I was. I mean, because of course when we started watching it, we had already gotten like everybody talking about it. So my first thing was, okay, they're gonna play some games. I was already aware that it was gonna be more of like childhood games, right? But this is more like Korean childhood games.
I was aware that people just die in crazy ways. So
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
I was aware it had something to do with like a sugar cookie. It had
Oh yeah, that's the first thing that you started seeing everywhere.
Yeah, it was like the cutout, was like
cutout
the
one.
stencil cookies.
And that's when you realized that like people were already like almost finished with it, like
Yeah.
already on the 3rd episode before I
Yeah.
even realized what this was. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and then of
Thanks.
course you see like the doll and everything, the red light, green light type. I guess you call her the red light, green light doll.
I didn't start seeing that until after.
Oh really?
Yeah, but it was like the day
yeah,
after.
I saw
They
like
were brewing.
Yeah.
Those memes were brewing. You know. Yeah, so in the first episode, like, I mean, obviously you can tell, how's it, Jihan? Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
You obviously can tell he's a gambling addict, likes to bet on
Gambler.
the ponies.
Yes.
And then, yeah, just, you know, I guess the first main big thing, you know, we're not going to go over freaking scene for scene what happened, people.
Yeah.
But I guess the first main thing what happened was when he's confronted by basically, I guess, the scouter or whatnot.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, basically
bet.
the guy that goes out and like gets all of the players, like
Yeah.
round them all up.
That's when you realize stuff starts getting a little interesting when he agrees to get slapped 50 times if he loses this game, where they have to throw that paper down really hard and make the other paper hit the other paper and make it flip.
It has to
the
flip.
Opponents.
Yeah.
There's a red and a blue one. They both look like kind of like fortune cookies folded up or something.
Yeah.
Not fortune cookies, fortune tellers folded up.
Yeah.
You have to pop.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's when you realize like he'll let this dude get like, you know, that's kind of like how they tell who their suckers are, I guess, because you know
they make him
who's
do like this
really gonna
trial
let me
thing
slap him
first.
50 times for like 1,000 yen, what it equates to, what, like $100 or something.
$100, yeah,
Or
that he was
won.
getting.
I'm sorry,
Won.
not yen, won. Sorry, yeah, I mean, I get all currencies confused. People,
Yeah,
give me a break
there's too
here,
many.
I'm only one person. Anyway. Yeah, and I guess that's where you know how many people will go through some sort of pain and you know, sacrifice for this money.
literally money.
And yep, that's how they recruit them, I guess.
Yep.
And yeah, you get. I mean, we already kind of talked about it the last episode, but yeah, once they end up in the summer camp, you know, I like to call it the jail/summer camp. You know, places where some days they get a freaking muffin for dinner, some days they get a boiled egg,
One
some days
boiled
they get
egg.
a potato. Like
one actual potato.
Can't be fun. Can't be fun at all.
Yeah.
And then once they start playing red light, green light, you're just like, oh shit.
Yeah, like this is some hardcore shit.
Yeah, this is crazy. And then of course, the foreshadowing from episode 1, the old man was the first person to get in front of everyone at red light, green light. And he's like, oh, with the smile on his face.
Yep.
He's like, oh, I've seen people play this thousands of times
He's
over the
happy
years.
to be there.
You know what I mean? So now I'm finally in the
Yeah.
game. So yeah, I mean, like I said, this is gonna be a spoiler episode, people. We warned you before, but let's go ahead because we're gonna have to jump to the end to come back because you already know if you watched it. If you haven't watched it, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Maybe you just like to hear us talk. That's fine. Love you. Thanks for hanging with us. But yeah, so the old man ends up being in charge.
Yeah,
of
he's
it
basically
all.
the host of this
so
shit.
Yeah, so now you know I always sense, and I'm not gonna lie, it's y'all's fault, people. It's TikTok's fault.
Yeah.
Actually, not y'all's, TikTok's, because I saw a spoiler about the old man right before we watched it.
Yeah.
And it was something like during the Torga War game, he was the only one that chained up, and I immediately was like, nope, I don't want to see it.
Wow.
But then of course it already planted the seed in my brain. So from then on,
Yeah.
I try to notice I try to watch him, and you could tell from episode 1 how happy he was,
Yeah.
and how confident he was. You know, I was like, okay, maybe I'm wrong. I didn't know he was going to be the lead. Okay, I don't know if he was going to be the host.
but
the
we
main
knew
guy.
that he was kind of wrapped up in it.
Yeah, we knew he was either working on the inside, which
Yeah.
of course we'll talk about something that happens that kind of made that not possible in my thought.
Yeah.
But then I also thought maybe he's somebody who's been playing a while. But then of course you see everyone just dropping dead. You're like, there's no way he's been playing a while because
Yeah.
he'd be dead. You know
Mhm.
what I mean?
Yeah, and then
So-
then don't forget in the first episode when he had actually like admitted to Jihan the main character that he has like I think we mentioned it, right?
The
He has a tumor in his head.
Yeah, see, and I wasn't expecting that to be real, but it was.
Yeah, it was. Like you can actually see him kind of like what's the word? Like
Degenerating?
kind of like he's just getting worse over time.
Yeah.
And so I mean, since we've
I
already
don't know because I mean again I wanted to talk about it ahead of time, but just I guess first just the topic of the old man in general.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was sometimes I thought that tumor was real, and then sometimes it didn't. Because, for example, the marble game, when he purposely forgot to just to trick him.
Yeah.
He purposely forgot. He would like he
He's
would
like
make
walking
the choice.
around all lost.
Yes, and oh my god, because Jihan was about to lose, and right when he's about to lose, why would the old man start forgetting what he said and everything?
Yeah.
You know, did you choose odd or even?
Yeah.
It's like that was something was up, but then so I was like maybe the tumor is not real, but
yeah. But then it kind of like it was kind of crazy because like he's over here like depreciating, I guess, his mind and stuff, and he's over here pissing on himself, and he's like sweaty and
Wait,
like.
when did he piss on himself?
You don't remember when? That's when Jihan gave him his jacket because he had piss on the back of his pants.
Oh shit!
He was either
That's sad.
pissing or really sweaty.
Damn.
I don't know,
okay.
but yeah.
Yeah, he was either pissing. He got that swamp ass.
Swamp ass. I was gonna say duck butter.
The duck butter.
The duck butter. Yeah, but since we're on the topic of the gang boo, I'm gonna tell you this is the spoiler that I saw. It's actually really funny. So in this marble game that they played, you know, of course, if you lose the game, you're eliminated, right? So it was actually really sad to see that the old man was eliminated during that game. And one thing that we noticed was when they apparently like shot him.
Where's the blood?
Where's the blood? Where's the scene? Where's it literally
they show everyone
yeah.
dying in full frontal.
Yep.
Like the
the camera's right here in somebody's head.
like the other girl that died that episode. Even what was his name? Sanjay?
Yeah, I think what's his name?
I think it's Sanjay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they showed them dying straight up.
Yeah.
And then they didn't show but maybe, you know, I try to give it the benefit of the doubt to try to suspend my disbelief and think like, oh, maybe it's because he's the old man, they don't want to show that.
Yeah.
You know? Respect, you know, it's like a respect thing, you know, for like in the, you know, the show wise.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, not to see that because that would kind of even be crazier if you saw that full frontal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And so the spoiler that I had seen was when during that episode when the man like he loses and he thinks he's dying, there's like somebody watching it and literally sobbing at the TV, like crying. And somebody's recording him and says, "Can someone tell this guy that he's the bad one?"
Wow.
Because you're just crying. You're like, why? Why does it have to be him? And then you find out at the end, like, what the fuck?
Okay, well, yeah, let's talk about that one because we'll go into the second episode, but real quick before we do, well, I guess we kind of have to talk about all of them, don't we? Before, because I was gonna ask you what's the saddest death.
Yeah, we can.
Which one? But I guess we'll let that one brew, even for you guys at home. Think about that, and we'll go over that.
Yeah.
So yeah, episode 2. I kind of liked how they did episode 2 because of like. First of all, I was so confused because I was like, why? Wait, they can just choose to not play anymore and then they all leave?
Yeah.
And I was like, they're like, how do they go? This is the second episode. Like, you know, when episodes try to do that, it just kind of confuses me more than ever because you're like, okay, I know the show's not going to end right now. Like, I know they're going to keep playing. Somehow they're going to go back and play again, but how? Like, what?
Yeah.
And then, of course, it was
Just
all a
keeps you
plot.
guessing.
Everyone just went back to their lives and they realized their life sucked and they had to go. They had no other choice.
Yeah, I was very confused when we see this like secluded like area and then all of a sudden they're back in the city. What?
Yeah, exactly. And then, of course, the foreshadowing for that episode would be the old man running into Jihan at the store and is like, oh, it's crazy. We're at the same place at the same time. Oh, what are the chances?
Sharing
I did not know you can eat ramen.
Uncooked ramen noodles.
I did not know you can eat uncooked ramen noodles as chips.
Yeah,
with
they just
seasoning.
like sprinkled the seasoning on it. It's just like, it's supposed to be like popcorn or something. Or like they're kind of like.
Like break your teeth, it seems.
I know, right?
But hey.
Oh no.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I have a theory, and okay, so we only saw the old man come and talk to Jihan when they went back to their lives.
Right.
What if the old man visited everybody?
Oh, you think so? He could have.
I mean, of course, they're not going to put that in the show, but what if he literally had to go out there and kind of like.
I mean, that's a lot of work for the host, for the main guy.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I mean. Maybe there's a reason why Jihan won. I mean, he kind of, you know.
Yeah.
He helped him by being on his team multiple times. I mean.
Yeah, he basically became like his best friend in there.
Yeah, so maybe he just had a feel for him that he would win, and that's why.
That's true.
You know,
could be
going
that.
back to the end, he was basically Jihan was the last one there for him.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yep. It is crazy.
And then the front man was the second, but we'll go over to that.
Yeah.
So episode 2 when they leave the game and they come back, I think that was it was good because it got to show that number one, it was totally their decision 100% to go back and be there.
Yeah.
And then number 2, it kind of was good to see like everyone's individual lives and see how they're all wrapped up in different things. And of course, Sungwoo.
Sungwoo, yeah.
I knew he was a kind of a doucher from the start, especially like being like calling his mom and being like, yeah, everything's good in America, and he's like right around the corner. Like, don't go see your mom, you asshole.
I know, he was just like ashamed to like see her.
I know, but I think at the end of the day, his mom,
I think she would have understood.
Because I mean, oh my god.
And then when the police had to come and tell her, Like, oh yeah, your son is
God,
wanted.
that was so awkward. She's like, oh yeah, my son. She's telling that girl, yeah, he's business school, and then that lady's like, I know someone that he can meet up with, and then after the cops come, she's looking at her like, I don't know anyone.
Yeah, she's like, forget what I said.
Oh, that poor lady. And then, I knew Sung-woo was a little bit of a doucher from the start, but I didn't know he'd end up being that big of a doucher. With that being said, the next episode was the famous, I guess the most famous episode, the most famous meme, the most famous thing that everyone freaking doing, the cookie game. Yeah. You know, it's really like a candy, but, you know, everyone just calls it the cookie game.
Yeah, you mainly just, like, heat up a bunch of sugar and, like, just like a little sprinkle of some baking powder, and it, like, creates this, like, consistency.
We're going to play that for this title. As you may or may not know, Caylin is the CayVin Universe champion.
Yes,
and,
I am. Still.
I was just going to, like, hold it on your shoulder.
Oh, I'll hold it.
Yeah. I haven't beat her for it. I've tried, like, 3 times already, and I haven't beat her for it. So, we're gonna play some Squid Game.
We're going to see if you're the man with the umbrella.
Yes. Oh, gosh. Yeah, for the CayVin Universe. We got some cutouts and stuff. We can make that. We'll make some Squid Game happens. I can build a big old bridge if you want. I can build a glass bridge. No, that was
the fake glass and the real glass.
We'll get into that because that was probably my favorite game.
Yeah.
But the cookie game, yeah. What do you think about that?
I think it was very clever how they figured it out at the end, which basically got so many to, you know, be able to move on to the next round, because you're seeing Jihan, and the secret was to take it from the back. When he realized that the light shines, it basically, like, because it's like the sugar, it'll just like melt with your mouth. Yeah, so it's just like you're like licking it.
Yeah, the cutout is like thinner, so it'll like be the first to melt or something like that.
Yeah,
so it'll come out
yeah.
perfect.
So you're just like licking it from the back, and then that sounded funny. You're licking it from the back.
That's what she said. She likes when I lick it from the back. So
I actually saw this. It's funny because I could not find it even when I put it. I don't even know where I saw it, but it was a picture of a Jihan like licking the cookie, but then it had it was like a pussy.
Like a fleshlight or what?
Yeah. Is what it looked like. I couldn't find it to show you, but I did see that one. But yeah, what did you think?
Oh yeah, because we didn't look at memes. You didn't include that one.
I couldn't find it. I was looking for it specifically, but I don't know where I saw it at.
Yeah. So the crazy thing about this is the old man actually had trouble with this game.
True.
And he even credited Jihan that saved him with that trick.
Uh-huh.
So if he would have lost this game, I know it wasn't in the story, but if he would have lost this game, how would that have played out, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of would have been awkward, just escorting him out, because obviously they weren't going to kill him.
Yeah, so they would have just had to escort him out. Then that would have ruined the story.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think he kind of, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I need to go back, but it seemed like he was kind of having trouble with that one.
Yeah, he really was.
You know?
And then,
good.
I was just gonna talk about we haven't brought up my least favorite character, Doc Soo. So he's the one that has like the snake.
Oh yeah, the snake tattoo.
The snake tattoo on his face.
Furious looking guy.
Yeah, which is I'm pretty sure you could have guessed this, but the snake's not real.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So so he has the snake on him.
He looks like that guy
literally
from Fast and the Furious, Tokyo Drift.
Oh yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
That's not the same actor, is it? No,
literally the worst, the worst character out of all of them, and not even like a bad, just a fucking asshole that I could not stand the entire time.
Yeah, and then of course your favorite character has also been introduced by this time.
Yeah, Sae-byeok. Kong Sae-byeok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we've also been in. So there's also 2 side stories going on.
Yeah.
That we've got to, which was the first one, of course, is the cop. He's looking for his brother because his brother went missing.
Mm-hmm.
He ended up. Yeah. So the connection between that is, we didn't talk about this, but that's funny when they end up going home because you wonder why aren't the cops involved? Why? And when I keep forgetting his name, Jihan.
Jihan. Yeah.
Yeah. When he goes to the cops, they're like, they don't believe him. Obviously, they think it's a joke. They think he's just a drunk guy or whatever. So the cop ends up coming in because of course he works there.
Yeah.
Sees the card that he left, which is the card connected to Squid Game.
Yeah.
Finds out his brother, or knows that his brother's missing, goes looking at his brother's place. His brother has that card there.
Yeah.
So then he basically sneaks his way into,
very clever.
Yeah. First of all, he's following the car for like an hour, and it's like they don't know that there's
it's all dark.
Like, hey, it's all dark. There's been one car behind us for the past 3 hours. We're driving out in the middle of nowhere on this ferry.
Yeah.
And this car's just following us. I guess everything's fine.
Yeah. Like what?
And then
I thought that too.
Fears crawls under it. You know, and then ends up on the. So he ends up in disguise as one of the
many disguises. How he pulls it off, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Keeps like changing masks and outfits.
Yeah. So we have this story going on. So this cop smuggling on to the in the game in the area on the island that it's on in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And is looking for his brother. And then we also have somebody cheating kind of in this game, which is a doctor. Basically, he's like a few rogue minions are out wanting to harvest organs from the people that are. Yeah. That's crazy when the people that were, they're not like fully dead, but they're practically there.
Yes.
And they still box them up.
They need them to harvest their organs like that.
Because I guess the fresher the better. Crazy people.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the doctor's helping him harvest organs, and in turn, they're helping him cheat by letting him know ahead of time what the next game is.
Yeah.
So we got that going on. And then, was it the next one where we got the tug of war?
Yeah, tug of war sounds.
Oh man, this is where
was where I was on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, because you have this thing like the pit looking style. You know, if you're familiar with Mortal Kombat and the pit, more like the pit 2, because the pit 1 was spikes, pit 2 was just solid floor. So it's like the pit 2, inspired by, I'm sure. And so you're playing the game of tug of war.
Yeah. Up
high, and the losing team, I would think, because at first when the losing team falls and is basically hanging off by the rope. I thought they were holding on, but I forget they're all chained up.
Yep.
And the rope cuts. And
the blade. So they basically just fall to their death.
Yeah, so they have to, first of all, they know that they're hanging on there, and they know what's coming, and the rope gets cut, and then,
Yeah, splat.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So a crazy game of tug of war.
Yeah.
Like tug of war for your, tug of war for your life. You're not falling in mud. You're falling.
Of course, you're falling in just hard floor.
Yeah.
But of course, so they're all chained to the rope, right? And it was kind of cool to see the
old man wasn't locked in his chain.
Yes, the old man was not locked in his chain, and he apparently knew he was friends with his entire team. He teamed up with all of them and just became
he knew they were gonna win, and that's why he basically told them how to win. He told them the exact best strategy,
strategy and everything, and I could not believe it, and it all worked out. Yeah, that was just one of the more intense games.
That was more the intense. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then and then the fight had broken out by now. They realized that if somebody just ends up dead in the middle of the night, oh well.
Yep.
You got some kill. Oh man, when they had
when
crazy,
Doc Sue killed
riot,
that guy,
riot style fight. Doc Sue freaking just walked up to a chick that was sleeping in her bed and stabbed her in the neck.
Yeah, Doc.
Yeah, I was waiting for that guy to
Me
die.
too.
I'm sorry, but I was just waiting for it.
Yeah.
And then. Yeah, I guess the next episode is when you got deeper into the cop storyline, trying to find his brother. And, first of all, because the cop was supposed to be involved with the harvesting of the organs, or that number 29 that he took over the disguise of was supposed to be. And even that was crazy how when they go back to their bunks, because these minions kind of have jail type lifestyle too. They have to go in their room. They have a timeline.
Yeah, it's shifts over. Please return to your rooms.
Yeah, and then they have just regular meals. They have cameras on them.
Yeah, all the time.
And then they have to have lights out. And then of course that number 28 was coughing in Morse code.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Cool.
He was and then so the cop would go to his room every night and document what he saw throughout the day. And so that was just crazy.
So it was a suspicion of the cop being
Yeah, he was being very suspicious. I'm okay, you could have done a little bit better than that.
So it was a suspicion of the cop that kind of made what made everything just kind of go sideways. Well, first of all, was when the doctor took off running because they wouldn't give him the clues to the next game, and he just went crazy on them.
He just started taking it too far, and of course the guards weren't even supposed to be doing what they were doing, and so the front man was super upset, and even all the guards ended up being murdered too.
So basically they just killed them all.
Yeah,
that's crazy. They just and then they used it as example, and they hung them up. And they were
in front, for everybody to see, a fucking ornament.
Cross us, all right? People?
Yeah, basically. It even said to the front man announced this is what happens when people disobey us and this and that. Oof.
Yeah, exactly. And then of course the cop has realized that his brother was a recent winner, or he won.
He's looking through because they keep everybody on file. And then I don't know if we mentioned this in the first place. These people that run these games and stuff, they know everything about everyone.
There's some crazy
people. Work history, family, everything.
Yeah, and then of course if you've already seen it, you've seen it, but it ends up being that it's just a bunch run by, it's hostile type situation. A bunch of rich people want to gamble on people.
Yep. And then they
basically
they basically just get ran, like, you don't have to be a part of anything or for anything. Like, it literally, one of the guards was like a teenager that they just like recruited.
Kids. Yeah, they just recruit these, man.
Yeah.
It's like they look for the people, the lowest of the low, to recruit. And yeah, that's crazy. Let's get into the marbles.
Oh, it's Gangbu.
Yeah,
I think is what it's called.
Or no, is that what it means? Like your friend that like, you share partners with or share everything with, or is that something else?
Wait, what?
I thought Gangbu means like that's like your friend you share everything with.
Oh, I thought that was the name of the game.
Oh, maybe
I'm a little confused.
But yeah, the marbles, of course, when the old man supposedly died.
Yeah.
You know that was one of the more confusing ones, just because we weren't really too familiar with it. But we are. That's another one we got to play on the show.
Yeah, I want to play that one.
Yeah, we'll play that on the show. But then, oh man, the saddest part of the show. This is my saddest death of the show.
This is when we realized that Sang-woo is a fucking asshole.
He gave him a bag of rocks, people.
A bag of pebbles.
What kind of oh my! Especially because
poor guy.
We're referring to the game Sungwoo and Sanjay, right?
Yeah.
We're playing together, and Sungwoo literally had one more marble.
Yeah, and he's like, "You can't do this to me. You can't make me." Like, he was angry at first, and then he like had like this light bulb in his head. It was like, "Oh, let me just do this to this idiot."
This is
like,
why. This is one of those moments where you just want to reach through the TV and just.
Yeah.
Anyway.
To squeeze their head.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah.
Man, that's so.
Poor guy had a fucking family. We saw in the beginning.
Yes,
like,
exactly. Yeah,
little child.
2. So Sanjay, ends up so basically Sungwoo was gonna lose, and then he told Sanjay, "I can't do this. Like, you can't do this to me."
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Like, let's try something else. And he tried to come out. I mean, his strategy kind of made sense at first, because I was like, well, yeah, maybe they can do like a team versus a team. And, whichever team has the 20 marbles at the end.
I feel like they weren't going to do all of that extra shit.
Or it would be 40 marbles at the end.
Yeah. At some point, if it did get to that, my theory was that the guards were just going to be like, okay, well, who has more marbles? Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
so,
but.
And then, because then this was I don't know, not really. It felt kind of a plot hole, because, I mean, he's just like, Sungwoo just gave the minion, like, the marbles, was like, oh, yeah, you said if I do this and have 20. And then the guy was just like, all right, whatever, and you just took it.
Yeah.
But I feel like that they just gotten after everyone for like trying to cheat the system, and that's kind of what he was doing. But I guess not really, because he played more of a mental game. He did play a game, but he played more of a mental game.
That is true.
On Sanjay, and he won that mental game. So.
Yeah, because those guards could have.
Sanjay just got nothing but a bag of pebbles.
Those guards could have easily said, like, well, you shouldn't be that foolish, like, because
technically
he convinced him. Like, he was like, go find these people. You come back, bring them back, like, telling them to look for like older people and this and that.
And you realize the clock's running out while he's doing all that.
Yeah. That's right. The clock's running out. Yeah. And then you got Sabiak and the girl. Basically, they just talked the other girl, because they just talked the entire episode. It was like, well, if one of us is gonna.
She was the other girl's introduced. Her name? I just want to say the other girl, but.
Oh, Ji Young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was introduced like a few episodes before. Her, with the religious guy, or I think during right before the tug of war, and then the religious guy too.
Oh my God! Yeah, he's like, the Lord is my shepherd.
And she's
give me another
after
chance.
him, telling him like, oh, there's no God, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you realize why, because she shares her story with Sabiak.
Yeah.
About like her dad was a pastor and murdered her mom, and then she ended up murdering her dad and going to jail. And as soon as she gets out of jail, that guy is there trying to recruit her.
Yep.
They knew. It's like
she
they
didn't
read
have,
her file, and we'll wait for her.
Yep. She had like no family waiting for her back at home. So, it was kind of sad. Like, she did like The Office with the paper airplane. Like when Dwight just like effort.
Because they ended up just like, oh, we'll talk, and then at the end we'll come up with their own marble game.
Yep.
And then they're like, whoever throws the marble closest to the wall wins. And of course, Sabiak really tried, and then she just like.
Yep. And then even like the guard didn't care either. The guard probably knew like her story and all that, like we said. So.
And then they just right in the background just saw her.
Poor girl. Man. Yeah, that was pretty.
That
tough.
was a pretty sad one too.
Yeah, but
that was a sad episode. That was like the saddest episode.
And then in that episode too was when you realized that the husband and wife, because the point of it was to basically pair up. So of course the husband and wife were going to. Well, actually, okay. Before I say that, literally everybody, all the players, basically teamed up with their bestie. So it's like when they found out that one of them had to die.
Oh, yes, we totally skipped that big thing about that, yeah.
Yeah, everybody was like, oh, you're my, we can do this together. Like, like.
Because they thought it was going to be a team, And it turns out they were the ones.
They realize they're
against each
playing
other.
towards, they're playing against each other. And so when the husband and wife had to decide, who was gonna go, that was actually they didn't. I'm glad they didn't show that because that would have been.
It's like then you see then you see the man back and he's like, oh,
Yeah,
my
the
wife.
husband.
It's like, so you literally you purposely beat your wife in a game, so you had her lose to you in a game and then die.
And
like,
then
why are you here, dude?
And then
what does he do? I mean,
they go back to the fucking area where they're staying, and he fucking hangs himself.
So why not just let her survive and go on in the first place?
I didn't understand that either. I thought that was pretty shitty. Like,
I'm not gonna say what a dumbass he is, but hey, that guy's a dumbass.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Oh man, all this talking.
So yeah, and then we realized it was like we said, a hostile situation where the VIPs show up, and then it's just a bunch of rich assholes who have nothing better to do with their money because apparently you have so much money, you feel nothing's fun anymore, and you can't live your life, so nothing's gonna be fun but people dying in front of you.
Playing games.
Sick.
Yeah, and you could tell they were all American
No, I mean,
too.
I'm not kidding. It is sick.
Yeah, no, he's not kidding.
Well, there was some Americans. I mean, I think it was Australian. I mean, they seemed like from all around the world.
Yeah.
Just the sickest guy of every continent gets together and watch people kill each other.
And then that one old man that got all naked because he wanted the
So
basically
when the guys suck him off.
Yeah, but at this point, remember I mentioned like that the cop is going around like basically switching out outfits like because they're onto him at this point. So he's needing to like continue to maintain. So he's no longer a guard. Now he's like a server to these VIPs, like wearing a completely different mask. So and then one of the old VIP guys basically is like, oh yeah, let me take you over here, and like takes off all his clothes. He's like a 300-pound saggy old man.
How is he gonna suck him off? He's gonna have to rest his stomach right there while he's doing it.
So yeah, basically, of course, the cop. I was even thinking, like, please don't make this cop fucking suck this old dick, like his saggy balls and shit.
Oh my god!
But yeah, so of course he just like.
And dude was ready to bust in 5 minutes.
Literally, he's like, if you can please me in 5 minutes, like what the fuck? And then of course the cop comes, points his gun at him, and it was like, if you can please me in 5 minutes, I won't shoot your fucking head off.
Right.
Something like that.
Still should have.
Yeah.
He just let him be at the end.
Yeah, I think he just knocked him out.
Yeah. But then, I mean, during that, we got the bridge game.
Oh, yeah. At first, you thought this was going to be like a, what'd you say? You thought it was going to be, what's that game?
Well, yeah, I mean, it kind of was, but not really, like hopscotch.
Hopscotch, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was more guess which one will support you and which one won't.
Yeah, so basically they had like, so first everybody had to pick a number, and then they gave everybody a hint. Was like, well, basically the number that you choose is going to really matter. And so everybody got a number 1 through 16, had to line up, and basically the point was to like jump across this bridge of only glass.
And then it's crazy how Jihan was going to be the one to go first, but then that one guy.
Yep.
Because when they had to choose, they went in a room where they had to choose the vest or whatever, and he was going to choose one, but then that guy was like, oh, let me choose one. I haven't been the
let me
leader
be
my whole
first
time.
for once in my life.
For once in my life, I want to be number one. And then of course he realized the earlier you are, the worst chance you get. So then he looks at him like, can we trade?
Yeah. Yeah, he literally turns around and looks at Jihan, and Jihan's just like staring at the end. Number 16, of course.
Let's talk about this because we haven't even talked about I don't know what to call her, but the crazy lady that banged, remember?
Oh,
She was
yeah.
the one that banged the snake guy.
Yeah.
In the bathroom. You know, she's the one that smuggled cigarettes up her cooch. Yeah. But, I mean, so, no on that. I mean, just a good, great acting.
All
of them.
All of
even
them.
You just reminded me when that man looked at Jihan when he was like, after he realized the number one was the worst spot, and just like the face on Jihan. It's just like, all of them just great acting.
Amazing.
Throughout.
Yeah.
You know, I would like to, because I watch anime.
That's what they sounded like, the English dubs over.
But like me, when I watch anime, I prefer to just watch it and read the English subtitles. I prefer to watch it in Japanese and read the subtitles.
Interesting.
So for this, I mean, it's a Korean film, so or Korean show. So I would like to try watching it again, but like the way I watched Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah.
In the real language, but just reading the subtitles.
That's interesting.
Because sometimes, like I said, with the great acting expressions, can you imagine? Just with the voice, because you can hear more, with their voice they can, for example, Japanese Goku, his Kamehamehas are so much better than the English Goku.
Yeah.
Even anything when he says Frieza, when he says anyone's name,
Wow.
The Japanese Goku's voice is like so much better. And
Yeah.
the Japanese Goku is voiced by a woman.
Wow.
And
wow.
I know there's one I'm missing. There's something he says in Japanese that's just like so much better than the English version. But anyway, that's what I mean. So with the great acting expressions, I can only imagine with the tones of their voice and how they, carry things with their voice. So
Yeah.
I would like to watch it again like that. Anyway,
I'd be down.
Yeah.
I'd be down
I
for
went
sure.
off on that rant too much. And then we get closer and closer to while that bridge game is going on, we get closer and closer to the cop. Well, the cop takes off, of course, after that, and then the front man starts chasing him. And is it before or after the bridge game where we find out that the front man is really the cop's brother?
Oh yeah, I think.
And we kind of figured.
I think that was after.
Okay, well, craziest thing about the bridge game was the crazy lady grabbing, the guy,
Doc Sue. Finally,
and
she's like, "You really think I'm gonna die and not let you come with me?"
Yeah, and of course the glass game was another pit.
Yeah,
pit too.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Long pit. But they're barefoot, and then the glass is literally breaking underneath your feet.
So there's two. I mean, if you watched it, So there's two bridges, and then there's one that's
one's basically like real glass.
I forgot what they said, tempered glass.
Yeah, something like that.
One can support them, and one can't.
One's sturdy.
So.
Yeah.
Oh man, crazy gamble.
Oh. Yeah, see, because look, like the computer's tempered glass.
Like the one that is like, we started adding it up. He's like, my chances were like 1 in 32 chances of making it. So we just tried to take off running, which is a good strategy. But why not? I mean, aren't there like 2 steel bar beams? I was looking at that the whole time. There's two.
Oh,
two
yeah,
beams.
they could have walked on that, but I don't know. Maybe I wasn't thinking enough, but I would like to talk about the man who could literally waited till he was in the front to tell people that he could tell the difference in the light. And then I thought it was pretty shitty when he literally had like one more, and then
they turned off the lights.
They turned off the lights.
It was no fun for them. That's all what it's all about. It's all about fun.
Yeah, because all these VIPs are watching, and they're like, I think this guy can tell the difference, and he's like, I'll make some adjustments to the light. Turns it off, and then this is when we see Song-woo and his douchey actions again.
Oh yeah, pushing him.
Yeah, and then that's when
I don't know if he's. I was debating on that if he's justified. I don't think so because he's like, well, that guy was a douche anyway. He didn't want to help anyone. So it's like, but still, dude, he was right there at the last one. Let him make that last decision.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe not.
And then did you notice that the one that he threw? Because remember, Jihan had the extra marble to be able to throw.
That was the one
that was the right one. But he just needed that's why he was like, do you have anything else?
That was the right one. Oh
yeah, the one that he threw the marble because then Song-woo came in and literally pushed him on the opposite one, and then of course that one broke. Wow. So I was like, damn, you fucking asshole! You should have just told him like, dude, just jump on that other one. Yeah. But
crazy time, people. We got dogs barking. We got horses running around. Bottom line is, don't step on any glass bridges. After that, we were down to the final 3, weren't we?
Yes.
And then something happened. Man, this was crazy. Something happened to Sabiak.
Yeah. So
God, I mean, I feel like that was kind of wrong. Like they literally.
It was really fucked up.
They blew up the bridge just for the effect. At least warn them. At least get them to a safe spot. Like, hey, this thing was about to blow up. She had a giant shard of glass, like stab her basically.
Yeah, in her stomach.
Just like that's kind of shitty.
Yeah, it was really shitty.
But she should have told somebody right then and there, maybe. But I mean, she didn't want to.
I don't think they were gonna give her medical attention, anyways.
That's what I mean. I understand they don't normally do that, but in that case, they're like, dude, she won. She made it across.
Yeah, like
so
she's
why
your third finalist.
Yes. Why is it fair for her to get a shard of glass stabbed, a giant shard of glass stabbed in her just because you wanted to blow up the bridge for the effect?
Yeah.
To make it look cool, and it's like,
you know what
I mean? That's kind of shitty. That's shitty. It's a plot hole.
So she hurts herself, and then they hold this like steak dinner for the finalists, which I thought was really weird. So you got this big giant triangle
you've been
table.
Eating nothing but eggs and potatoes. Yeah, they stole our idea.
Here's
that's how our table's gonna look for. Oh, I don't want to say it.
I know though. I had the same idea.
I don't want other people to steal our ideas. Actually, I'll say it that way if anyone does it before, because it might take me a while to build the studio. So that way it's on the record. We're gonna have a triangle table, and we thought of that like a year ago.
Months ago.
Yeah, it was literally when we first started talking about our podcast. Like, we should have a table. Just we used that first table because it was a big glass table. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then so once it's built, don't steal it, people. It's ours. Anyway.
You heard it here.
Yeah. Anyway, that's a little behind the scenes talk, I guess. But that dinner, I mean, they're like, we've been starving you this whole time, so now here's some good food.
Yeah, I know you had like a hard-boiled egg last week, but here we just got a T-bone and a side salad and
Oh man, I bet and
wine.
Oh man, I bet that she couldn't even eat.
No, she didn't
I bet
eat.
she wanted to.
She didn't even have a good last meal. Her last meal was a fucking potato.
We live out in the middle of nowhere. There's moss.
I know.
Shit. Well, this is just our recording space anyway. But anyway, because lights and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, so of course at the end of the dinner they leave everybody their knife, which I knew had something to do with some sort of protection type. And
Yeah, they purposely did that.
yeah, they purposely did do that. So everybody, all three of them have their knife.
Well, now I'm thinking about it. You think they purposely did that because Squid Game obviously was only going to be between two people. They expected one of them to die.
Yeah. They knew. Oh,
Maybe
and
that's
I
why
wonder.
they didn't care about the glass. Maybe that kind of
Yeah.
was a deal too.
That's true. Yeah,
They
it's like, oh, that was a. Unless they did that on purpose to take one of them out.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So yeah, because they were probably realized like shit, we need 2 finalists. Now it's only 3, so let's
Yeah.
we'll do this. And she's still not dead. Okay, let's keep them their knives, and
Yeah.
maybe one of them will die.
So
That was the
basically,
plan.
yeah. So Jihan like realizes that she's really hurt, and he's like wants to do the right thing. He's trying to get guards and like come over here help her. And then what does Sangwoo do? He just
Fuck
sweeps
that
right
guy.
in.
Fuck that guy.
Sweeps right in and fucking stabs her.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was so angry when he did that.
Was that your saddest death?
That had to be my saddest death. But even though like, yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
I'm sorry, your girlfriend. And then I guess the final episode.
Yeah.
Name of the show, we had them play Squid Game.
Squid Game.
Which seems like a crazy game, crazy childhood game.
Yeah.
Especially how they mentioned it was the most violent stuff. They kind of mentioned it in the first episode too. But
Yeah.
and all the VIPs get first hand seat, freaking balcony, skybox type seats to
Yeah.
the Squid Game. So, yeah. That was, it was an epic. That's crazy how, the rain and how they made that thing. It was like good rain knows when to fall. And it was like
Yes.
the perfect time. And
I liked that.
it was kind of a cool like ending battle the way they did that. They started fighting in the Squid Game. And of course, I think, one of them got knocked out. They would lose.
Yeah.
And,
so they couldn't come out like the edges.
Yeah. So, at the end, we finally, for a second there, I thought Sangwoo was going to get him. But, oh, man, whenever he put his hand up and he stabbed him through his hand.
Oh,
man.
and so I
That's
think
crazy.
so
That's
much
like, reminds me of
adrenaline he didn't
Assassin's
even
Creed.
know, or he didn't even like realize right away.
Yeah, with the adrenaline, yeah, you felt that later for sure. But yeah, he was gonna just try to quit and say,
Yeah.
hey, let's go home. But he kind of realized at that point, at the end of the game, it's never
Yeah.
happened. I mean, because it's like, what are you gonna go back to? That was the whole point of the second episode, guy. Did you not?
Yeah.
Did you not remember that? Did you not
Yeah.
remember? And yeah, Sangwoo.
So he
just,
basically killed
Sangwoo
all those
did the
people
right
for
thing.
nothing.
He did the right thing.
Yeah,
Sangwoo,
he
because-
fucked up so many times throughout the entire time. Like
and he was gonna
had
die
to.
anyway.
Yeah.
He would have lost multiple games if it wasn't for other people. So.
Yep. Sad times.
And then,
But yeah.
that's when we realized. Oh yeah, and then that's crazy how I guess it's because of the guilt and everything. He has that money, that 45 billion won, but I guess that equates to around 45 million.
Million, yeah.
And
USD.
he had all that money and he didn't do nothing for a whole year. He just lived how
Let
he
his
did,
hair grow out, had a
Yeah,
beard.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like you would think you would jump on like all the things like taking care of Sabiak's
Didn't even pay
brother
off
and
his
all
debt.
that. Pay off his he didn't even pay off his debt. I guess, how
Yeah,
did
they never
find
even
him?
mentioned that.
Yeah, they just didn't find him or anything. It's
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
But one
it
of
was
the
a good
things,
show.
yeah, he didn't go straight to Kasabiak did before she, before she died in the show. She did say, I hope, she was basically asking for his help because her brother's in an orphanage, and she just wanted a good life for him, only 10 years old, and so yeah, like he waited an entire year to go get Sabiak's little brother.
Well, an important note too, and it's kind of bittersweet, and it kind of makes sense, like how right when he gets that money and he goes home to his mom and he's about to show his mom or tell his mom like we got money now, we're gonna be good, and
Yeah,
she's dead on the floor, and
she was already really sick.
Yeah, for a lot of reasons I was sad, and that resonated with me. And it's like right when it's like you right at the edge, you got everything
Yeah,
you think that you need, and that just goes to show you that money is something that you think that you need.
Yeah.
In the end, sometimes it's not even important.
Yeah.
Because all that money in the world won't make his mom wake up, and sometimes that's the hardest thing to deal with. No matter how powerful or how rich you can get, there's some
Yeah.
things that you're always gonna want that you're never gonna get, and just
Yeah.
It's a big, deep meaning, people.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, and then of course that's when he gets that flower with the card. Very sneaky. I like the way like they literally watch everyone and they know the perfect like way to recruit them and get them. With that lady, oh, I need to sell these roses. They're gonna wilter.
Yeah, wilt.
And wilts. I'm sorry. What did I say? Wilter.
Wilter.
Anyway. My brain's all jumbled, people. So yeah, that's when, like we said, we talked about before, we figured out the old man is the man behind it all.
Yeah, he basically was on his deathbed.
As soon as he said from your gongbu, I was like, yep, that's him. And this is it. This is the moment I've been waiting for, people, if you saw any spoilies.
Yeah.
Like me. And yeah.
He basically reveals that
And then he makes that final bet with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he reveals that for once he wanted, because he basically like organized all of this, right? Because he has so much money, so he basically he said he has so much money to lend out that he basically like does this for that reason, and that for once he wanted to be a part of the games, which is why which was before he died.
So when they shot him, they really wait till they probably just like shot in the air, shot to the side.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Just to make it seem.
All right, man, go back to your house. No,
yep. All right, man, we're gonna escort you this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and then he makes one final bet.
Yeah, and bet that no one would save that man freezing out in the cold.
He's like staring at him from his window.
Yeah, staring. Yeah, he has this big old sweet window and his
skyscraper,
giant room, and with just his little bed set up at the edge of the room by the window,
like,
and just watching this guy suffer and being broke and suffer instead of anyway.
Yeah.
And so luckily, right at midnight, somebody comes and helps the guy.
Yeah.
Finally, because he made a bet that nobody would help him.
Yeah.
And and then.
But he also waits till midnight.
Yeah, and then he decides to die at midnight. Like, oh, I lost. Oh, I'm out. Like,
yeah. Basically.
That's when he's like, I know you saw that you lost.
Yeah. Gion's like all in his face. He saw.
Yeah. So I mean, he wanted to play, and
yeah.
He got to play
made
the
him
game,
happy.
And he really kind of had a spot for Jihan.
Yeah.
And man, that's crazy. And I think it was cool to see, like, of course the front man was there by his bedside too.
Yeah.
And once he passed away, the front man came in, and I think it was cool to finally see, like, they showed it for just a clip of the old man, like, in a suit, like, taking off his badass, because all the VIPs had badass gold, like, everyone had masks because of the disguises. I thought the front man had a badass mask until I saw that all the VIPs with their gold diamond masks was the coolest
Literally
thing.
weighed like 100 pounds.
Give me the new thing. Again, I've always been into masks, people. You can't take that from me. I'm gonna collect all the. I'm gonna try to make those gold masks. Well, not gold, but you know what I mean.
I know I could probably make those ones with the. I could make the circle, squares, and triangle masks.
You can order those on Amazon for $20. Again, don't steal it. All of a sudden, people are gonna be into masks and stuff.
Yeah.
When I used to wear masks back in the day, people used to call me a nerd. In college. No, I'm just kidding. No one ever did that. I was like, when was there a time I ever wore masks and stuff?
Oh, man.
But there was a time where I collected it.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, there was. Now that I'm thinking about it, because I'm like, when did I do that? There was a time where I started a little collection in my fraternity, and they're like, oh, why are you collecting masks, bro? It's all about banging chicks and drinking beers. Now all those people are freaking probably going to play Squid Game because they're all broke.
They're all in debt.
Yeah.
They're on their way to Korea as we speak.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Damn. Yeah, anyway.
Man.
So, now everybody's like, it's crazy how, like, everyone's into anime and everyone's into, all this shit. And it's like, when were you guys ever into that? Like, when? Like, even, I'm not going to lie, like, Kylie Jenner, she's coming out with the Nightmare on Elm Street. You don't even fucking watch, you probably haven't watched one movie, bitch. Like, you're not, like, there's chicks out there that are real horror fans and freaking really, like, are into makeup and really should be doing shit. But no, Kylie Jenner, just because she wants to fucking, people want to see her, wants to go over there and fucking do Nightmare on Elm Street shit.
They're probably like, you want to do a collab with Nightmare on Elm Street? So what's that? Like Freddy Krueger. I know Freddy Krueger.
Oh, I know Freddie Mercury. No, Kylie. We're talking about Freddy
Krueger.
Oh, Freddie Mercury from Journey. No. That was Queen. But, I have her Nirvana shirt. No. We're talking about Nightmare on Elm Street, Kylie. Oh,
is that the one with Michael Myers?
Oh, yeah. Pissing me off. Let's look at some memes.
I was going to say, we have some memes to cheer you up. Memes are always good. So these are some popular Squid Game memes that I honestly came across before, and I was like, what? Very confused. But now I definitely understand them. So, watching Squid Game, and I'm realizing I need this guy's phone. I haven't seen
my
him charge
God.
it once in 4 days.
He didn't, did he?
He was
Like,
just constantly.
at least show him finding a charger. Like, oh, great, here's what I need.
He's constantly on it and constantly taking pictures and videos.
Like the whole time he's like recording for an hour during the VIP suite on his sleeve. He's like, all right, got it all. Not one time did his 10% battery freaking window pop up.
Right? He probably has.
And there's that picture of
And
the
then
old man holding up. He's like,
his
oh.
phone. His phone not once asked him if it could go into low power mode.
And that's that face right there on the right. That's a face like, am I really about to suck off this old man?
Oh yeah, he has like saggy balls in front of him. He's
What else you got?
me every Sunday mentally preparing myself for Monday.
Oh my gosh. He's debating if he's like, man, why did I decide to play these damn games? Like, I could be watching this shit.
Me asking the teacher if I can go to the bathroom. Teacher, I don't know, can you?
Oh my God, I hate that shit. Like when teachers like, you're not always gonna have a calculator in your pocket. Lying ass bitch.
You're like, yeah, now I do.
Yeah. You don't have to know this stuff. Oh, really? Because I can just Google it now. Right? But it's crazy. The older you get, like now I'm more interested in science and history and all that. So
that is true.
That's what I mean. Everyone should. There should be like a break where everyone should like is forced to like. Oh, I don't know how you would do it. Like I don't know how you would manage it, but I feel like there should be a break to where like maybe like high school or something. Like, you know, maybe after you graduate, they like make you wait a year or two for college because like sometimes why are you gonna spend 12 years in school and then go straight to college?
Yeah.
Like when you and it's like you go straight to college where it's like, oh, I had to spend the last 12 years in school, listen to my parents, doing everything these teachers said. Now I have to spend the next automatically spend the next 4 years in school, but now I can decide when I go to class. I can decide when I go to sleep. I can decide what I want to do.
Yeah.
So of course you're gonna get people that just not do nothing but fucking party.
Yeah, and it's like
government paying, or you know, their parents are paying, and all you getting all these loans. All they want to do is drink beer and smoke weed all day.
that's what I was gonna say. Like for 12 years, you go to school, you don't have to pay anything for public school, and then suddenly you go to a university, college, and suddenly they want money from you, and your parents are like, "No, you got to pay that."
Yeah, well, I mean, if you get student loans, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's another thing where they get you because you're a blind 18-year-old college student. You're like, wait.
Yeah.
So you're telling me you can give me enough to pay for my classes, or
An
you
extra.
can give me you're like, oh, everything's paid for, but now you're gonna give me an extra couple thousand?
Yep,
You're just gonna give
that's
it to
why
me?
people do
You're just
it.
gonna give it to me and just like you don't tell me where this goes? Oh no, your tuition's paid for, your room's
Yeah.
paid for. Oh, you
Everything
have
else
a
just
little
goes to
food
you.
card. This is yours. Like,
Yeah.
what do I do for it? Oh, you buy books with it. Everyone talks about buying books. I didn't buy one fucking book in college, okay? You don't need to buy books in college.
Oh.
Okay? You
my
don't need
God.
$500 for books. You just go to the library and you just check it out. That's what you do.
Yeah.
You don't need to buy books. So what are these kids going to do with all this money? They're going to impress. What do teenage kids do? Every decision made by a damn teenage kid is literally to impress his friends or to impress a chick.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Every decision that a teenager is like, how can this make me look cool, or how can this make me get pussy, or or how can this make me get dick if that's your thing? I don't, you know, that's cool. But that's literally all it's for, is how can this make me look cool?
Yeah.
That's all teenage decisions make. You know, 100%. Yeah, so of course you're going to get all that. There should be a time where you stop and then you go back and then you kind of get a refresher and you get a break, and it lets you breathe, and it kind of lets you live a little without having to face the consequences, like, you know, partying all night and then trying to get up at 8 a.m. for class.
Yeah.
I went on this long rant, but you got me started, people.
I know.
Anyway, so look at this meme.
Okay. If Squid Game was being played in the country you live in, what games do you think you'd have to play? Can you imagine the chaos of musical chairs when your life is on the line?
Oh, you'd get literally people like stabbing each other for that chair.
Literally. Fucking shanking them.
I used to, oh man, I was one of those kids. Like I said, man, I was an asshole. 'Cause I remember I used to be the kid that used to pull the chair.
You would pull the chair from under them?
Only not during class. People that did it during class or just to make fun of people,
Yeah.
they're assholes. But that was my strategy in musical chairs. Because I remember I played musical chairs with a teacher one time in high school. And I did the same thing to her, and she couldn't be mad.
Your teacher? Oh my God.
I was that kid. Like in high school, I was cool. I was cool with the teachers.
Yeah.
You know, I was all in a small town. I'm sure they all were banging students anyway. So I was cool with all the teachers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Oh. You.
That was
Nothing
bad.
makes
That
me
was
sad.
bad.
So there we see the little pebbles.
Oh,
The
man.
infamous back pebbles.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Babies are so cute. I can't wait to have my own. Also, me when my period is 13 minutes late.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Yeah,
Never drinking again.
that's you every weekend. That's literally you every weekend.
That's like me every at the
He's
beginning.
playing red light, green light. He's like, hey. He's so excited.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh. This guy is let's not talk about how he's the worst father
Worst
ever.
dad.
A year had passed, so you
Yeah.
know another birthday of his child passed when he said he promised he wouldn't forget next year.
I forgot I said that.
You have $45 million in the bank, and your kid is sitting over there in another country.
Yeah.
And you just want to be a bum.
Yeah.
I understand you're traumatizing what you went through, but dude,
Yeah.
it's
Not
just like
to-
Song-woo with his mom. It's like, take care of your fucking daughter.
Yeah.
He mentioned her like one time. The whole time he was in that place, he mentioned her one time.
And not to mention when he did do that. And then not to mention that when he gets out, he waits that entire year. Literally is getting on a plane.
Oh, let's not talk about that because I wanted to bring it up, but I totally forgot. But
Yeah, go ahead.
The ending of Squid Game. I wonder if there's people that were probably yelling at like, how did y'all not talk about the very end?
Well, this is a perfect
But
way to
yeah,
see
this is the perfect way to talk about it. Is he's about to he's finally got the money. He's putting his money to use. He picks up Sae-byuk's brother from the orphanage.
Yeah.
Gives him to Sung-woo's mom. So there's a good little bittersweet ending. Great ending right there. 'Cause
Gives her money.
At least they have each other.
Yeah.
Gives her a shit ton of money in the briefcase, and then run, and then he's gone.
Yeah.
He's going on the airport, and he's going to the U.S. where his daughter is, because his daughter, the stepdad, had a job, and they moved, and she went to the U.S. And literally, he calls. Oh yeah, because that's what he did. He found that he saw another guy being.
He saw the guy recruiting
getting
again in the same spot
at the bus stop, and he's like, so he tells the guy, he's like, yeah, don't do it. He takes that guy's card, and he calls him, and he's like, I'm this person. At first, I thought he was deciding to play the game again. I was like, I hope he's not going to go back and play the game. Well, then he wants to call him out, and they know who he is. They're like, number 456.
Yeah.
The front man says, he's like, get on that plane.
Yeah.
It's the best thing for you.
Like they're obviously still watching him, even though he's already won,
He's
moved
like,
on.
I haven't seen my daughter in like 2 years. I haven't spent any money on her that I should have. I haven't seen her. Like I said, she's in another country.
Yeah.
I got her birthday gift. I finally got her a fucking birthday gift. I'm right about to get on a plane to go see her, but no, because I want to expose all these fucking people. I'm gonna turn around, and I'm gonna go, and I'm sure if they make another season, that's what it's gonna be about. But it's like, okay, first of all, they know you're coming, so like, wouldn't you just want to? They see you where you are right there.
Yeah.
And you're just gonna you see me getting on this plane? Well, guess what? You're gonna see me going.
Yeah, I
Dude,
don't know
just
why
get
it
on the
had
plane,
to do that.
Go see your daughter, and then figure it out later.
Yeah. Literally.
Like,
I did not understand that.
Maybe he's trying to do it before the next game starts or whatever, but it's like, go see your daughter.
Yeah. This guy take care of everybody else except his kid.
It's terrible.
It is very terrible.
Anyway.
That was literally like us the entire time.
Yes. Wow. Everyone was trying to figure out what the money currency was.
Yeah, won to USD.
Wow, that's crazy.
I guess we watched the same show.
Wow.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I think that's it.
Wow.
Those are the more of the popular memes.
Yeah. So. Yeah, like I said, if you this talk has made me want to go back and watch it, so we'll probably end up going back and watch it. Like I said, in Korean with the English subtitles because I want to hear more of the acting expressions. So if you haven't watched anime like that and you haven't watched anything like that, try it. Just try it with Squid Game.
Yeah.
And I bet you next thing you'll know you'll want to watch anime because that's what holds a lot of people back with anime.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to sit there and read the subtitles and
or
watch
listen
it.
to it in another language.
Yeah, but then you realize it's a lot easier than you think.
Yeah.
And it makes it 10 times better because you're seeing it how it's intended to see it.
Yep.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with us. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. One of the ways you can support us is by doing that, or you can follow us on Instagram at CayVin Universe. You can even find our personal Instagrams on that page. Also, subscribe to the cheapest Patreon in the game.
Yep.
$1 tier, $3 tier, and a $6 tier. Go check those out, what they offer. We're going to be, this next week, I've been bad with posting on Patreon, mainly because I'm waiting for it to build up, but if you build it, they will come. So I'm just going to go ahead and just start posting a shit ton of things on Patreon. So check that out.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really fun there. And then Caylin, do you have anything else to say?
I don't think so.
All right.
I mean, hopefully, they're in the apparently they're in the works, or there's talk about a possible season 2 for Squid Game. And then just to end off with an interesting fact, it took the Squid Game creators 10 years to make the show.
Not to film it though, just to make it.
No, just to basically from the start, it took 10 years.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a long time before season 2.
So unless now if they see how maybe they just took their time with it. I mean, we don't know, but maybe if there is a possible season 2 in the future, it'll take less time. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, because now they have all the support and the
True.
I'm sure money and
Yep.
they got Netflix behind them
Eat it
and
up.
everything. They'll get it. They'll get it up fast.
Yeah.
But all right, people, peace and love, and you will hear from us.
Bye, guys.